Silence of the Lambs.
A movie that marked my childhood.
Jesus Christ. But I feel like what should have been more iconic than the mask and the sound is the fact that Clarice gets a drive-by McKeel on her shoulder.
In the face, way, not the shoulder.
In the face,
she gets her in the face, way.
La mequearon, güey. Like,
she gets money shot in the movie.
See, güey. That's how good their performance is and how creepy. Like, nobody mentions that. Oh, but when he goes, that's nasty. No way. Mi compa's juices are fucking nasty, way. Welcome to the list. I'm your host, Enterprise, with me and sometimes my ghostly friend,
Felix.
The movie we're scratching off the list today is the 1991 classic, all-time classic. I rarely get to say that. I say that every time, but this time is actually a true or an actual one. 1991 all-time classic, Silence of the Lambs. Clarice Starling, an FBI agent, seeks help from Hannibal Lecter, a psychopathic serial killer and former psychiatrist, in order to apprehend another serial killer who has been claiming female victims.
A movie that marked my childhood?
Jesus Christ.
This movie, my mom and I watched it when I was about 11, I think.
I don't know if I want to say that your mom loved you, because my parents shielded me from stuff like this, bruh.
Oh, no, my mom was like, oh, this is a good movie. And I was like, what good movie, mama? Hey, werewolves.
Maybe it means your mom thought highly of you more than my parents thought highly of me.
I think so. I mean, I'm a sick right now, but I think you can rein it in sometimes.
Yeah, actually, they did a good job. Never mind. I'll take it back.
This is a very good movie. The pacing, it for me, it's never boring.
Nope.
It's very interesting. They do a lot of interesting things with camera work. Wait,
there's a lot of I'm showing you one thing in conjunction with another, but we're not at the same place.
No. Ooh, no.
Yeah.
The exchanges between Lecter and Clarice are. Hold on there.
Yeah. And it goes to show, because both actors are fantastic and they're playing off of each other brilliantly.
Simon.
So if it's not that, Anthony Hopkins is the shit, it's that he is. But also Jodie Foster is an equal amount of stinky shit. She's dope as well. You know what I'm saying?
The best type of shit. That's what we've referred to.
The beautiful sniffly shit. She's amazing. She is as good as he is. And they're playing off of each other. That's why it works so brilliantly. If Jodie Foster didn't bring her A game, or Anthony didn't bring their A game, the chemistry and the battle back and forth between them would have fallen flat, and it wouldn't have worked, because everything that Hannibal said had a reaction from Clarice. And it matched, and it almost feels like they're friends, but they're not supposed to be friends. And then he wants to get to know her, and she's more reserved. She's like, I don't want to tell you that, but I need to tell you this so you can help me find this other crazy because Hannibal Lecter is not the craziest in the movie.
Oh no. The fact that he has so much composure.
Yeah.
As a serial killer, I think that's the most unnerving part of his character in this movie.
Yeah, it's scary. But actually, the story is based off of Thomas Harris's book. Thomas Harris wrote 4 Hannibal books. Silence of the Lambs is actually the second one.
Oh, Nita? Red Dragon is the first one.
The first one is Red Dragon. What I did not know either, and I came to find out with research, is that Anthony Hopkins wasn't the first person to play Hannibal Lecter.
Where one? What?
In 1986, the first book, Red Dragon, was made into a movie directed by Michael Mann, starring William Peterson, the guy from one of the CSI shows. And Dr. Lecter was actually portrayed first by Brian Cox. It does look cheesy, and it very much flopped. It is Red Dragon, the script, but it was changed to Manhunter because the year before there was a movie called The Year of the Dragon Year or something like that. So they didn't want the Red Dragon title to conflict with them and create conflict, which is whatever, right? The fact that Michael Mann directed it is a little crazy. And later, after Silence of the Lambs, and after the third book, which is Hannibal, it serves as a prequel to Silence of the Lambs. Red
Same
Dragon
one.
was later actually made. But they're all interesting, and shout out to Thomas Harris for creating one of the greatest characters one of the greatest villains of all time. We already touched upon the performances. Cast is Anthony Hopkins, of course, Jodie Foster. I was watching this and I was thinking, like, prime Jodie Foster, which is probably this. No,
Yeah.
not prime. Maybe not prime, but I mean, this
Almost
Jodie
prime.
Foster would have been great for like a legit Resident Evil movie, and her as
Oof.
Jill. Her as
See.
Jill. That's how I thought. That's what I was thinking.
I think, wasn't Jill kind of based on her?
Might have. Because of the whole boot camp training and just her look, it reminded me of Jill a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that captures you first from Clarice is her accent. I think I loved her accent. It adds a little extra to it.
Yeah.
When she's talking, it's just, it pulls you in.
The ensemble that is the character, it has like some details that don't let you avert your gaze for a second.
You want to hear about some possible Clarices in Hannibal's, Doug?
Okay. Uh-huh.
So originally, Clarice was offered to Michelle Pfeiffer first.
Mm-hmm.
She passed it.
Okay.
Meg Ryan also passed.
No.
And these three were considered. Laura Dern.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Maybe.
No, I don't see her.
Nicole Kidman.
No.
And Halle Berry.
What?
Yeah, Halle Berry was considered.
No.
Yeah, I don't like any of them. It was
no, I
perfectly
don't like 'em.
casted. It's perfectly casted, so it's hard to like fight against it. Possible Hannibals. You ready?
Oh, man. Okay, this is interesting.
It was offered first to Mr. Double O himself, Sean Connery.
No, man.
He passed.
No, super cheese way.
Imagine a Hannibal Lecter, Sean Connery way.
It would not have had the impact it had with Anthony Hopkins.
I don't think he would have done the.
No, not in a million years. Even the quid pro quo, Clarice.
Yeah, it would have
no
been weird.
way, no,
Faba beans or something. It doesn't go
no.
because the sucking of the air thing. I remember reading that was Hopkins messing with Jodie Foster.
Oh, really? That was natural. Just
I
trying
think
to f with her.
I couldn't find that doing research again, but I remember reading that. And I'm gonna stick. Even if it's fake, I don't care. I'm gonna make it up, and it's a real fact because I'm telling you right now. Now you guys have to spread it. So what I'm saying is fact now. He would do that between takes to like mess with her. She'd be like, "Stop," or you know. So when he did it in a take just to like freak her out and like jar her out of her comfort zone during the take, they kept it.
That action just cemented how deranged he could be.
It also goes to show the relationship behind the scenes that both Hopkins and Foster had with each other, which I don't think any of these other guys would have had with her. Maybe somebody else. Also considered with Dustin Hoffman. I can kind of see it.
Kind of. That's the key word. Kind of.
I think he's the best out of the rest of them. De Niro was also considered.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
No, De Niro, no. But it would be interesting to see an Italian Lecter.
He's just Clarice, like. And finally, Pacino. Because in the 90s, if you consider De Niro, you have to consider Pacino for some reason. Every time we do a movie and De Niro was considered, Pacino's the next word. Is the next name. Or the other way around. If Pacino's considered, De Niro was also considered.
Imagine De Niro would be Lecter, but the director for The Asylum would be Pacino.
So the director. The director was a too, so I don't want to change him either.
I think he was the actor also embodied the character very.
He was such a little. You're like happy that he got eaten at the end. Oh, we don't know.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner. Bye.
Out of those four, I think Hoffman would have done a better job if it would have to pick.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say it's a little bit more range, but he can do different things.
Connery's too sexy way.
Sexy.
It would come off sexy.
Think so?
Even if I don't know how old he was in 91.
Like 105?
Probably. Don't you think that Hannibal Lecter is one of the greatest cinematic names of all time?
Yes.
I think I put it next to Vader. Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter. It's amazing. Hannibal the Cannibal? It's amazing.
He would have eaten anybody who said that.
Yeah, just to prove a point.
Simone.
He's got to keep his street cred.
But that is a perfect name.
It's a perfect name. Touching upon a little bit of the performance you were talking about his delivery and all that, because Hopkins is super creepy.
Oh, that's an understatement.
Like the perfect amount of creepiness.
Like an intellectual
It's
creepiness?
an intellectual creepiness.
Yeah.
He used the HAL 9000 from A Space Odyssey as inspiration for the calm demeanor and the delivery of the lines. And it's crazy how he did it only being on screen for 16 minutes.
When I was a kid, I thought this was Hannibal Lecter's movie. But watching it recently, I was like, no, he was just a consultant.
Yeah, the mask is very iconic as well. I didn't... But I feel like what should have been more iconic than the mask and the sound is the fact that Clarice gets a drive-by McKeo on her shoulder.
In the face, not the shoulder.
In the face,
she gets her in the face.
La mequearon, güey. Like,
she gets money shot in the movie.
See, güey. That's how good the performance is and how creepy. Like, nobody mentions that. Oh, but when he goes, that's nasty. No way. Mi compas juices are fucking nasty, way. Get out of here.
A movie that marked my childhood? Was it the first thing that Hannibal said when he said, what did he say?
Yeah, he wanted to know what Homeboy said.
Anyway.
He just has an amazing ability to disgust you in one sentence and then intrigue you and pique your interest in the very next one. It's a brilliant performance. But it's not only them two that have brilliant performances. I felt like Ted Levine, the actor who played Buffalo Bill, was also amazing in this.
Oh, see.
He was.
They kind of took like a backseat to these two, but
yeah, it's because you wanted to see more of them. I feel like
mm-hmm.
The character of Buffalo Bill was created with 3 different serial killers. One who would have their victims in a well and with a little bit of water and have them suffer right in there.
Mm-hmm.
Another one that would actually skin them, and the other one is Bundy. So in the beginning, where we see Buffalo Bill with the arm and the way he catches her. That's a Bundy move.
Oh.
Bundy would pretend to be hurt and get a girl to help him, and then he would club him on the back of the head with a tire iron and throw him in the car.
Oh, damn. Was the one that skinned him Ed Gein?
Yeah.
I think Ed Gein is the only serial killer that still lives in my mind rent-free after watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was also inspired by Ted Gein.
Do you know his story?
Not completely.
Oh, yeah, he was.
But we just said that he inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Buffalo Bill. So it's safe to say he was a f***ed up motherfucker.
Yeah,
he wasn't a cool guy.
No. He used to make wallets and lampshades and jackets out of people's skins.
He's the lampshade guy, that is true. And I think he provides another iconic line.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. Yes, you will, precious. You will get the hose.
Oh my!
But the way he says it, wait.
It's so cold and detached.
Yeah.
Oh.
The tone of his voice, the way he says it.
Oh, and he has a deep voice.
And then it like bothers him. Should we call him they? No, that. His pronouns.
He's a killer.
Like it bothers him that he had to repeat it.
See, wait.
You know, it's like, just do what I'm telling you, because I don't want to tell you to do it again, but you're making me do it again and you're pissing me off. You're making me not do stuff. Just do what I tell you.
And the way he loses his shit when the girl gets a dog.
Yeah.
That was, oh, damn.
I'm going to kill her, mister.
She had the gall to call him mister.
I think that the tuck is pretty iconic, too.
Oh, see.
There was this Reddit theory, and I want to run it by you.
Okay.
Okay? Of course, it's Reddit, so it's got to be legit, right?
Of course.
It suggests that Dr. Lecter created Buffalo Bill as a trump card in case he was ever captured for his shenanigans, fully knowing that providing any help to capture him would be beneficial to him and even allow him to eventually escape, which is what happens because Dr. Lecter was his psychiatrist. His name is James Gump. So the theory is suggesting that Dr. Lecter created Buffalo Bill by messing with his psyche. And we know that he has the capabilities of doing that because he's a genius.
Have you seen the series Hannibal?
No.
After watching this series, he specifically does that. So having that as a background, I would totally believe
You would buy it.
Oh, completely.
I mean, it does sound like something he would do. It's like so smart and so out of the box,
hook, line, and sinker.
but yet so Hannibal that I would buy it completely.
Yeah, actually, in the series, the first like 4 or 5 episodes,
Yeah.
the killer on those episodes is something he made the guy.
Yeah.
So yes, I totally buy this.
Is it one of the greatest movies of all time? I Googled and I researched, and it's not on every 100 list. It's not even on a lot of people's 100s, which is stupid. I think it should be on everybody's top 20 at least.
Mm-hmm.
And simply because of the fact, I don't know how much weight there is on the Oscars anymore, but in 1991, Silence of the Lambs won all top 5 categories at the Academy Awards.
Holy sh!
Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Actress, and Best Screenplay. There are only 3 movies to do so. The first one was Happen One Night, a movie from 1934.
Mm-hmm.
Another movie that we're probably going to do for the list, probably around my birthday because it's one of my favorites. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, also won all 5, and Silence of the Lambs. So for it winning all the big 5s at the Academy Awards, wouldn't it suggest as one of the greatest movies of all time?
Of course. If you win the big 5, I think that's the best benchmark to use against to measure a movie
for an argument. Yeah, because
Yeah.
one Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest was on my top 5 before I even knew this fact. I gotta check out Happened One Night now from 1934.
One Flew? God damn.
It's a very good movie. One could argue, what if all the movies that came out in those years were caca? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Does it still, you know?
Yeah, like in comparison.
Yeah. What if movies, which I don't think the movies from 91 were that caca, or 75 either. I would have to do more research, which I didn't. But that's an argument to make that if it's being measured with the competition of that year and it's the better of that year, it probably doesn't mean from all time. But I do consider The Silence of the Lambs one of the greatest movies of all time. If you haven't seen it, I believe it's a must.
Definitely.
If you disagree, make sure you yell at us down at the comments. Let us know how, why, and all that other stuff, along with facts that we probably forgot to mention, along with any other movie that you'd like to watch us do for the list. I'm going to leave a similar movie that we did, which is The Zodiac Killer, right here, with the Rufalos and the other guys. I'm going to leave that for you right here. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to always and forever, you do you.
Bye.